Hey, what's going on everyone? My name's ExxotikGaming and welcome back to another Pixel Gun 3D video. In this video, I'll be explaining how to go from noob to pro in Pixel Gun 3D, or essentially give you the best tips and tricks to improve your gameplay and win. This video is for all levels of players. Whether you are a beginning player or a max level player, definitely listen to the whole video because there is some very important information here. I hope this video helps. Really quickly, before this video starts, I would greatly appreciate it if you took just a couple seconds to leave a like down below if this video helps. It really means a lot and it greatly supports the channel. Also, subscribe if you're new if you play Pixel Gun 3D. I make the best Pixel Gun videos on YouTube and you won't be disappointed. Anyways, yes, as I said before, in this video, we'll be looking at all the best tips and tricks so you can go from noob to pro in Pixel Gun 3D. So let's jump into this. To start off, if you've just started the game, you need to remember the one simple, very famous phrase that we have all heard of before. Practice does not make perfect. Only perfect practice makes perfect. If you practice the game the wrong way, you won't get better. You'll just become more of a noob. If you have perfect practice, or in other words, follow the steps that I will show you in this video, then you will become a pro. And with that, let's do this! In the beginning, you obviously need to know what the best settings are for your device that you play on. Whether you play on iOS, Android, Mac, or PC, you will have different settings for Pixel Gun 3D. So do spend some time in the beginning testing out what is the best for you. I generally keep my settings like this, but I do have a small mobile device and obviously everyone's is a bit different. Most importantly, whether you're on a mobile device, tablet, or computer, you want to be able to see an easy 180-degree field of view when you move your view from side to side on your screen. Basically, as you can see here, I touch the center of my screen and I can easily see from either side a 180-degree field of view. On your device, figure out how to replicate what I'm doing. Next off, and most importantly, you need to choose your ideal weapons. When you first start off, you'll only have very basic weapons in the game, and many of the enemies you encounter will have them too. So practice using them and learn how they work. Focus on using the simple machine gun and pixel gun first, as they are the weapons that need the most skill when using, and if you can master those, you can master most weapons in this game. If you're watching this and you're a much higher level, you can benefit from this as well. Do you use a lot of one-shot kill weapons? Or weapons that go through walls? Or homing missile weapons? Or area damage weapons? If you do, with any of these, stop it. That is, if you want to become a pro, of course. A noob would use OP weapons like the Soul Stone, Nanobot's Rifle, Prototype S, and Big Buddy, and while they would get a ton of kills, they aren't good at the game. If you want to become a pro in Pixel Gun 3D, you need to know how to use weapons like the Ranger Rifle, dual machine guns, Carrot Sword, or the Acid Cannon, as these weapons don't have area damage, require skill and accuracy when using, and aren't OP. The key to becoming a pro, at least in terms of weapons, is not using the OP ones. Unfortunately, Pixel Gun has a lot of OP weapons, in fact over half the weapons now, and almost every heavy weapon is OP. So don't fall into the trap of using them. A pro can become good using even the non-overpowered weapons, and if you can do that, you're doing well. Another thing, to be a pro means to be able to use all the weapons one has effectively and well. If you use just one loadout all the time, stop it. You need to try different weapons. As a pro, you should be constantly switching weapons in your loadout, changing from one gun to the next so you can learn how to use all of them effectively and, in the end, can use any of them and still do well. Here's an example. In one match, I may have the Invader, dual revolvers, katana, electromagnetic cannon, adamant sniper rifle, and dragon breath equipped, but in the very next match, I would switch over to the Predator, Infiltrator, Sword and Shield, Tactical Tomahawk, Semi-Auto Sniper Rifle, and the Killer Whale. I would do this repeatedly, learning how to use all of my weapons while avoiding the OP ones. That's what you should be doing. When transitioning from noob to pro, the equivalent of going from OP to non-OP weapons, you need to accept bad gameplay for a while. I see Pixel Gun players taking this game way too seriously. It's literally Minecraft with guns. It's not that serious. If you don't win a match, it's not the end of the world. Nothing bad happens. You just go to the next match and gain experience on using your lesser powerful weapons, so each match afterwards, you climb closer and closer to getting the first place position. People are afraid to lose in this game, and that's bad. Because of this, they'll stick to using the really newbie weapons like the one-shot or Christmas ultimatum all the time, just so they can solidify themselves into first place, and they're not doing anything beneficial for themselves. In the end, they're just becoming more newbie, and that's bad. So if you're watching this and you are one of those people, put down the OP weapons, put down the anti-hero rifle and laser bouncer and solar power cannon, and instead pick up the average weapons and learn how to use those effectively. Eventually, after encountering a lot of bad gameplay, you'll get better with these weapons and you'll start to win with them. Then, when you can do that, you can truly call yourself a pro. Another thing that is hugely important to becoming a good player in Pixel Gun 3D is playing all the different game modes. You don't see me playing in many of them in my videos just because I like to stay in free-for-all most of the time for the most action, but when I'm playing off camera, I jump into all the different game modes. I do duels when I have enough league points, flag capture, team deathmatch, and everything else. And by doing this, I can learn how people play in different situations so I can become better in the end. You can do that too. You may have a favorite game mode, but avoid going into it too much. It's important to go into all the game modes because that way you will become a better Pixel Gun 3D player in all situations. You also should make the most out of in-game rewards. Every time you open up Pixel Gun, open up the lucky chest, collect an egg, and that way you'll earn free things in-game. Also, collect all the secret gems in campaign to get some easy free gems in the beginning. If you don't know where they are, let me know in the comments below if you want me to make a video showing you all where the secret gems are. Go into your craft menu and craft either the driller or the treasury to get more free coins and gems, and also craft other things to get better rewards in multiplayer matches. Of course, many of the items in the craft menu are expensive, so make sure you get your desired armor and weapons first before you use the craft menu. Believe it or not, minigames actually really help with becoming a pro. If you consistently practice in parkour and in extreme run, you will learn the controls better and be able to move faster and better on the battlefield. So go into minigames once in a while. Gadgets are also things you can use, but I would hesitate using them too much. Items like the resurrection spell are just stupid. Don't use them as there's no benefit to them, and I would hesitate using the robot samurai, demon stone, and mech too much because they're very, very OP. Jetpacks are also pretty OP. And whenever you see someone flying high up into the sky using them with a one-shot kill sniper like the anti-champion rifle, it just screams the word noob, not pro. So don't do that. Stay more on the ground, keep your primary and backup weapons out, and use them the way they were intended to. In terms of wear, use the right capes and boots and masks based off of what you're planning on doing in that match. If you are planning on mostly sniping in a match, you probably want to use the sniper cape, mask, and boots. If you want to use a primary weapon most of the match, instead, equip the Stormtrooper mask, Stormtrooper cape, and Stormtrooper boots. That way, you can get the most out of your weapon. Hopefully that'll help. And in the end, that's basically it. I don't really have much else I can say about this game. The most important things you should learn about this video is don't use overpowered weapons. Go into all different game modes and make the most out of the in-game rewards so you can get the most amount of free gems and coins. Guys, remember, only perfect practice makes perfect. You can't be a pro if you don't practice the right way. So in the end, the best players are those who play the game similar to how I talked about earlier. Oh, and stop freaking out about losing all the time. Again, this isn't a serious competitive game. This isn't Fortnite or Rainbow Six Siege, where when you die, it's a major failure. If you die in Pixel Gun, it literally doesn't matter. And if you don't get first place, again, it doesn't matter. As you learn to use the lesser powerful weapons, you'll get better and better at the game, and you can eventually call yourself a true pro. With that, that's the end. I really hope this video helped. If it did, I would sincerely appreciate it if you left a like down below. Your support means the world to me, and I will do more videos like this in the near future if you want me to. Let me know in the comments section if you do. Subscribe if you are new, turn on notifications to become part of the early club on my videos, and yeah, thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next video.